We bought a home on 5 acres. Oh my gosh, this is so cool. The shock and like disbelief that I felt in that moment. Oh my gosh, I get goosebumps just thinking of it. It's like God put it on this earth for our family.
It's gonna be exciting.
Yeah, give them some room to explore and
to
have
grow.
Adventures, and this whole thing is gonna be an adventure for all of us.
Wonderful dreams are coming true. Been waiting for this all of my life. But the one I love the most, adventure awaits. I can see it. Can you see it too? New sights, new scenes, new memories. Let's keep living our dreams. Oh darling, the adventure awaits.
Well, hey everyone, it's Natalie. So glad you stopped by my channel today for this very exciting special video. I'm like giddy and like shaking. I'm so excited to finally be able to share with you guys the fact that we are moving. We've been keeping it under wraps for a month and a half or so, even a little bit longer if you count the time that we were kind of looking around for a place before that. But things are coming to a close and we are finally able to share this really exciting news with you. Weston wanted to be here. We tried to sit down a couple of different times to film this video together to share with you guys this story, because there's a story behind how we found the place that we're moving to and like details about the place specifically that make us know that it was just made for us. But he is getting some last minute stuff fixed up with this house for the people who are going to live here next. And he might pop in and out, but he's a busy man and I'm super busy. Our house is halfway in boxes right now. It's just insane. And so I just wanted to take a few minutes here to share this good news with you guys and to, first of all, just express our gratitude for where we're at. If you hear nothing else in this video, I just want you guys to know how extremely grateful we are to even be in this position. And part of that is thanks to you guys for supporting me here on my channel and for helping us make our dreams come true. So huge thank you to you. And of course, ultimate praise and thanks and glory goes to God, who just paved the way for us to be able to move into what we consider our like forever home. Well, of course our forever home is heaven, but like the last home that we will live in. This is the last move that we are going to make. That's the plan for now. Of course things could change, but that's the intention. And I'm really excited to share this with you guys. So I'm going to give you sort of the Cliff Notes version, give you some quick details and specs about this whole situation, and then move into sharing with you more of the long version and like how this all came about and really cool details about the place that it's like God put it on this earth for our family. So we have wanted this for a long time. We've planned and prepped and dreamed about this since before Weston and I even got married. So definitely more than the last decade of our lives. Weston and I were both raised on acreage. His parents have a couple of acres. My parents have 5 acres right now. And so we knew that having some more land would be really good for us. And like kind of like the ultimate goal. And we knew that when we bought this house, it would be like a 5 to 7 year spot for us until we could move on to like the bigger dreams and the bigger land. And so we found a house on 5 acres. We didn't know if we would just buy land and build a house on it. That would be closer to that 7-year timeline. But we ended up actually finding a house on literally the most beautiful, lush 5 acres. It is so gorgeous. I can't wait to share more with you. I will put little sneak peeks here of the property and the house just because I can't help myself, but definitely stay tuned for the full house tour that's coming out and for more details about the place. It's going to be in that video coming out soon. The house itself actually has the same number of bedrooms and bathrooms. It's not like this huge rolling mansion of a house, and it's actually a bit of a fixer-upper. It's not as bad as some fixer-uppers can be, but it's a bit outdated. It needs some fixing up. We actually have a renovation situation that I will share about in another video video because that could be a whole video in and of itself. A very unexpected thing happened. So stay tuned as we share this whole journey. But the house itself, it has more living space as far as like living room, dining room. The kitchen is bigger. The main bedroom for Weston and I is a bit bigger. There's a bigger bathroom, and there is an office space, which I'm so excited about. So I just kind of want to share with you guys like what we were looking for when it comes to a new place or the next place that we would live in, because I think that's important. Like, I think our needs list and like our wants and dreams and hopes list is fun to hear about. I like hearing other people share about this sort of thing. So I wrote this list down actually months ago, and I just want to quickly share it with you. So we have always said we want land. Like, that is the top priority. So the land itself, we were looking around, just kind of getting a feel for the market, even though we knew the market was pretty high and very competitive. We just kind of wanted to get feelers out there because the market was high for what we wanted to buy, but it's also really high, even higher for what we wanted to sell. And so we thought we could set ourselves up really good by moving on from this place and actually selling it. So we were looking for like 2.5 acres on the low end, and then nothing really more than about 10 acres. So this place that we're getting has 5 acres right there, a nice little middle sweet spot, and just the perfect size for us. We were looking for something with about the same square footage or bigger than this current house. And we have said forever we could be happy just taking this house and literally transplanting it onto more land. We are comfortable in this space, especially after I did so much decluttering, and we've adopted our version of family minimalism for this household. But a long-standing desire of mine as my business has grown is to have a office/filming studio space where I can keep my equipment and everything fully set up. I don't have to tear everything down and, put it under my bed or put it in little drawers in my closet. Like, I can have a dedicated office space to also be able to separate my work from our bedroom. Right now, my office is just a little corner desk in our bedroom right next to our bed. And while it totally works, and I've made it work, and we could be content with that, if we're talking about the future and investing a good chunk of money into the next place, that was on the needs list. When it comes to like our wants and hopes and desires and dreams, these were things that were not deal breakers for this space, but rather stuff that it would just kind of be like the cherry on top if we were able to find something like this, or features that we would build into a house if we were designing it ourselves or like working with a custom builder. So we've always wanted a detached like garage shop separate building from our house, maybe with the possibility of putting like a mother-in-law suite in there or something like that, having something detached and large enough to be able to house hobbies or like yard equipment and stuff like that. My husband has built a home gym over the last decade, and he's just piece by piece. We lift heavy out there, and like physical fitness is really, really important to him, and it's something that is just a huge part of his life. And so being able to like build a gym in a detached part of the house was really important. Another dream of mine, I've always wanted to have a bathtub. I've never lived in a house actually with a legitimate bathtub. It's always been like one of those shower tub things, and I've lived, like, it's fine. Again, these are more like the, oh, wouldn't that be cool sort of thing. Never complained about it, but I've always wanted a big tub that I can just take a bath in and relax, take a nice bubble bath. So that's something that we've always wanted. And then, of course, as you're looking through Pinterest or watching Fixer Upper or HGTV or anything like that, there's little things that pop into like, ooh, I'd really like that. Like arched doorways or a nice little wood stove in the corner, a nice front porch to sit and rock and grow old on, a little kitchen nook to have like a homeschool area in that's, within the kitchen dining area, so we're all together and we can, do our homeschooling and everything. Just all of these little like wants and desires. The list could go on, but those are the ones that I wanted to share with you. We started looking kind of casually, and I know a lot of people say that and it ends up turning into like the real deal, and that's kind of how it was for us. I just downloaded, it's the Redfin app. I like that one better than the Zillow app on my phone, and I put in like my search parameters, the like radius of the zip code that I was looking for. I put in that location, I put in our budget and parameters. We always want to stay lower in our budget so we're not like strapped with an enormous mortgage. Even though maybe we would get qualified for a certain dollar amount, we wanted to keep it lower so that we had some capital and some financial freedom to make renovations if possible. That's how we've always done it, and we just feel that that is best for us. If you do things a different way, you don't get any judgment from me, but that's just how it has worked for us. What?
Liam got lots of socks.
You found more socks on Pajama Sam?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, that's amazing.
There's only 2.5 left.
Cool. The kids are playing Pajama Sam on my computer while I film and while Weston works. But anyway, where was I? I put in my search parameters. A couple of things popped up that were a little outside the parameters, and we gave everything its fair chance. We hooked up with a really great real estate agent, and we went on several tours, and a couple of places we loved. We thought they would be perfect for us, even though both of the places that we ended up putting offers in on, there was definitely like reservations and like, okay, we would need to add a bedroom, or we would need to add an office or an outbuilding, like a shop sort of thing. And so there was a lot of consideration, but we did put offers on 2 places. The first one we put an offer in on, we got beat out by a California investor with $150,000 over asking price in cash, sight unseen. There was no way we could compete with that, and so we just took that as the closed door that we had actually prayed for. Like, God, if this is meant to be, make it happen, but if it's not meant to be, please close the door quickly. That was our prayer each time that we put an offer in on a place. And that closed very quickly, and then a month or so later, we found another house that we thought would be great, but again, it needed some more work. We put an offer on that, but for reasons that we still don't understand, they went with another offer. We were the first offer that came in, and they ended up going with another offer that wasn't even much better than ours, and we had the ability to offer a little bit more to be competitive in this situation, and they just went with the other person. We still don't know why, but again, it was one of those like, well, that's the closed door. They've made their decision. It's obviously not for us. This is just one step closer to finding the place that God ultimately has for us. And so the market, it was really busy. Tons of houses were coming onto the market, even those with a little bit of land, but nothing was fitting within our very strict search parameters, our very picky search parameters. And I started to feel like, am I asking for too much? Like, am I being too picky? And I just started to feel kind of discouraged and burnt out on the whole idea. And we were approaching the back to school time. We knew that the market would start to slow down. And so I thought, maybe we should just stop searching. Maybe I should just delete the Redfin app off of my phone and pick this idea up in the springtime. I woke up one morning, had some quiet time with the Lord, chatted with him a bit in prayer. And it was actually the morning that Weston and we were getting prepared to go take a little trip down to Bellevue, Washington. I was working with a hotel in the region, and I just wanted to be able to relax, get the whole thing, the whole home buying thing, and the disappointments that we had already faced just off my mind and enjoy my time with my husband. And so I was praying about it, and I just... I felt this still small voice. I'm not going to say that God directly spoke to me with a bolt of lightning sort of situation. I felt the word soon. And I was like, soon. I have follow-up questions, God. Does soon mean 3 weeks from now or 3 years from now? What does soon mean in the timeline of the Almighty? It wasn't 3 weeks. It wasn't 3 years. It was 3 hours later, as my husband and I are driving to Bellevue. Unbeknownst to me, Weston the night before had actually been chatting online with a buddy he was playing video games with. This guy was one of our groomsmen, so we've known him for a long time. He's a good friend of ours. Weston has known him since they were teenagers. His friend said, hey, I'm going to be out near where you guys live. My grandparents are getting their house ready to sell, and they need some help cleaning stuff up, fixing stuff up, starting to pre-pack. They're going to get their house on the market here within the next couple of weeks. And Weston was like, I know that house. You and I have hung out there like several times when we were teenagers, and it's 5 acres, right? And he said, yes. He's like, do you know like what they're asking for it? So we got the kids dropped off to grandparents' house, and we were on our way down to our hotel in Bellevue, and Weston told me about this conversation that he had with his friend, and we started texting him to get more information about it. We were texting back and forth while we were driving, and then we just realized that the price that they were asking was literally perfect for our budget, because it would leave room for us to be able to invest back into the place and do some renovations and stuff, because we knew it wasn't like a brand new home. We called up our friends' grandparents, who we have known for a long time. They came to our wedding, and we basically made an offer on their house over the phone in just a couple of minutes. They accepted, and I just can't even tell you like the shock and like disbelief that I felt in that moment. Oh my gosh, I get goosebumps just thinking of it. Weston was on the phone with them, and I was like beside him going like, what? Oh my gosh, like is this real? And I just like started getting all jittery, and man, I couldn't sleep that night. And it wasn't because the hotel bed was hard. It was just because it was like, is this actually happening? Yes, the place is great. We hadn't gone and walked it yet, but I knew like in my mind, yes, it's the right size for us in land and in house size. It has a beautiful finished out detached shop garage. But the fact that we literally had zero competition in this situation, we were not at risk of being beat out by other offers. They were more than happy just to accept our offer at the price that they quoted, and we were more than happy to offer it to them, because it was literally to the dollar exactly what I was hoping for when we had been searching before. And so that whole like soon feeling that I had, that still small voice, it was like very soon. It was sooner than I was, expecting in my own human brain. And from there, things just started to go. And we came home, we walked the place. I had actually been to the house before when Weston and I were dating. I hung out with them a couple of times when they were like house sitting for their grandparents, because they like to go to Arizona sometimes. And so I had been there before, which is just crazy. But I was looking at it with fresh eyes. And you guys, when I tell you, like when we walked through the front door, it just felt like home. And mind you, this place, they weren't ready to show it to people. They had half of their stuff pulled out of cabinets, piled in certain areas. There were boxes it kind of looked like how my house looks like right now. It's definitely not ready for people to come see. For me to walk into a space that was just pretty chaotic, because it had to be, and to feel that sense of peace, and just to feel like this is our home. This feels like home. It was something else. And as we continued to like tour the house and to look at the different features and stuff, even though other people's stuff was there, it was just like, oh my gosh, this house is made for us. So it had a wood stove. It had that detached shop. The shop itself is literally larger than this house. And the house itself is not like a mansion. It's not like, YouTuber buys a new house. It's not going to be one of those situations, guys. We're doing things a little bit different. We are buying a house that could use some work and some upgrades. And the people who live there, who are selling it to us, they have taken wonderful care of the space. But we just have a different style, and it was built in 2004, and so we want to bring it up to current. And what we want, we really want to make the house our home. Yes, there's more square footage. And it has everything we could want and need, but it is not like this Pinterest-worthy, luxurious sort of situation. It just isn't, but it's perfect for us. You guys know that we have never tried to keep up with the Joneses. We are much more concerned with keeping up with the Bennetts and what we need. The thing that I never told anyone or like wrote down on our wants list was I saw it, I think, in another person's video. They were building a house and they decided to put the office space off of the main bedroom. So instead of having a door in like the bedroom hall or in another part of the house where you couldn't go into the office, you actually have to go into the main bedroom and then through a doorway into the office. And I just thought that would be so cool to have that much more separation from the rest of the house, to keep my equipment super safe. And I just thought, wouldn't that be cool? But I never wrote it down because it just didn't seem like something that was that common. But sure enough, we walked into the main bedroom and I turn over and see, oh my goodness, there is this like little arched doorway. So there's one thing, an arch, how cool, into the office space. And I was like, this house was made for us. This is so perfect. There's a little breakfast nook area right adjacent to the kitchen dining area that is going to be perfect for a homeschool spot. Maybe we'll set up like a little computer lab there and have our homeschooling table and supplies and everything. There's a dining room that is big enough for a full dining room table to have all of our loved ones and friends and family over. There's a living area that's going to be the perfect size for us to hang out and watch football games, and it has a wood stove in the corner, which we grew up having like wood stove heat in our house, which is something that we both enjoyed, and it just makes it so nice and cozy. And there's a tub in the bathroom, like an actual tub. We walked into the main bathroom, the ensuite bathroom off the main bedroom, and right there was this big corner tub that even Weston could fit into. He's never been able to take a bath in any of the other houses we've had because the little shower tubs are so short. So he's going to have some good Epsom salt soaks after he works out in his weight room in the detached shop garage, which also has a bathroom out there. It's fully plumbed and like a finished out and heated and insulated. It has power out there. Get your jacket. Go get your jacket on. The boys and Weston are headed over to my parents' house to go split wood for their wood stove. You all ready to go? It's a little chilly out. What are you most excited about the new house? Do you want to share with them?
Exploring.
Our yard, our garage,
Exploring?
our bedtime.
Good for Leo.
Exploring.
Exploring? Are you going to go on fun adventures in the woods?
Yeah.
You're going to climb trees and have so much fun?
Yeah.
Well, there's also going to be work to do too, just like at Grandma and Papa's house. There's going to be lots of wood splitting and stacking for our wood stove, but now you got to go help Grandma and Papa. So
Let's go!
I know you're about ready to go. You want to come say hi really quick
Sure.
before I say goodbye?
Hey everyone, I was just in an attic with insulation everywhere, so it was great.
You're going to get it all over me.
Yeah.
I'm sure everyone is just dying to know what you are most excited about with this whole thing, because I've been sitting here just gushing, but it's nice to hear from the man.
I think I'm excited for the land. I'm
Yes.
excited for the garage.
Oh, the shop?
The shop.
Yeah. Your dojo.
A new place, a dojo, yeah. I'm just overall excited. I think I'm also excited for like the fact that we get to raise our kids in a little bit of acreage, because that's kind of how we both grew up.
Yeah.
Able, go out in the woods and work and,
Yeah.
just teach them some stuff about the land.
Yeah.
So I think it's going to be exciting.
Yeah, give them some room to explore
Yeah,
and
to
have
grow.
adventures, and this whole thing is going to be an adventure for all of us. So,
Yeah.
Well,
Well, I
thank
better
you
get
for
back to work. So,
Okay.
But it's been a pleasure sharing with you. Sorry about poop, sorry.
what is Haley most excited about the new house?
I'm excited about bringing all of our stuff.
Yeah, having all the same stuff. We've had lots of conversations with them about how all of the stuff that's here is going into our new house. We're not just gonna walk into a house that we don't recognize the stuff in. We're not gonna keep up with the Joneses and just try to get a bunch of new stuff. The house is bigger, so there will be certain needs that need to be met in the different space, of course, but we're not interested in just swapping everything out that we have with brand new stuff. That's just not how we are. We've never been that way. And I'm just really excited to bring out the same fall decor and Christmas decor that we've always had and put it in the space. I've always done that, and it might be a new house, but it's the same old me. And that's what you're gonna get in my videos. Just because we're getting a new space doesn't mean really anything about us is going to change. We're just stepping onto the next little leg of this journey in our life. And thank you for sticking around and for sharing in our good news and in our joy, and hearing the story that I had to share about how we found this place and how everything came together. I will be sharing many more details as the weeks go on. I have filmed behind the scenes. We had some work that we did to get this house ready to go, and part of that I shared in a mega messy to minimal video. So that's coming out next. Be looking out for the new house tour, like the empty house tour. And then I'm also vlogging our last week here in this house. And then by about the 1st of November, we should be caught up in real time as far as the videos go. But I'm so glad that I've been pre-filming throughout this process so that I have a bunch of videos ready to go so that I can focus on getting our family into the new space and all the craziness of selling a house and buying a house and moving and paperwork, and lots more videos and content to come. And I am so grateful to have each and every one of you here with us on this journey. So give the video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Be sure to subscribe and turn the bell button on to all notifications so that you don't miss when my next videos come out. But for now, I think that's it. I have more packing to do. This house is a little crazy right now, but that's just how it is. So I will sign off for now. I hope you're having a wonderful day wherever you are. Thanks so much for spending a little part of it here with me on my channel, and I'll catch you later.
And write a new story to tell, new sights, new scenes.